one, we're going to be really focusing on San Diego Restaurant Week. But before we get into that, we're going to talk to, like we do every week, kicking it off with the Farmers Market Report. In the studio with me today, I got Joe Herman. Joe, what has been happening in the Farmers Market this week?
Hey, Nick, this week, so we're going to talk about the exit of summer a little bit here. Things like peaches, nectarines, stone fruit, all that's going out. Plums and pluots are slowly working their way out. A lot of the farmers are exiting the market with it. So kind of a last chance week for that. Things also like peppers, even figs are kind of working their way out.
Yeah, so get them while you can, right?
While we can, right? And then as that's happening, fall's kind of coming in more. Now we're starting to see more hard squashes like kabocha squash, sweet dumplings, butternut, red curry squash. Probably one of my favorite out of all the hard winter squashes. Those are all going to come from Tutti Frutti right now.
Yeah.
We're seeing from Her Produce, Fresno Evergreen as well, even Kong Tao has got some.
And so, real quick, so hard winter squashes, they actually grow in the summertime, right? They kind of grow. They start growing over like late August, or the gourds start to form, and then they're harvested.
Correct.
Right now, and then because they're great storage fruit, that's why we use or storage food. That's why we use them in the fall generally, right?
Right. Yeah, and it's like a 60 to 110 day kind of growing process before they can be picked on the field. And they're also they're perfect for fall and winter. They're a hearty flesh. But kind of screwing this up. All right,
That's
so
all right.
They're great,
Well,
for, for stuffing, soups, all that stuff. It's Thanksgiving, blah, yada yada yada. So.
Well, I know you brought some kabochas into the studio with you
Right.
today, and that's kind of a crazy look. And that's a Japanese variety, am I right? Or wrong on that one?
We'll have to take a look at the specialty produce app to find out.
And so the kabocha, it's about the shape of a small pumpkin, kind of sweet, thick, heartier flesh than
It's
a
like a
pumpkin.
sweet potato / pumpkin. It can be substituted. It's a little starchier. It's kind of got a fine grain to it if you want to use it for soups and stuff like that. I would use a red curry. Red curry is also good for, I've seen it in cakes, creme brulees, things like that.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, it's modeled, the kabocha, it's just a good all-around squash. It's dark green. It's a little dull, mottled with some lighter green. Kind of a bumpy skin.
A little bit of contrast to sweet and savory. Can go either way on there.
Either way.
Awesome.
It's a perfect complement to the rest of the fall fruits coming in, pears, that kind of thing.
Excellent.
So
Awesome. Well, with us today in the podcast studio, we also have Brandy Reynolds. Brandy is part of the Farmers Market truck team, and she has been out selling some farm fresh produce directly to chefs. What'd you get the chance to sell this week, Brandy?
Awesome. So we're definitely seeing the end of summer going into fall,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see that all over Juniper and Ivy's menu.
Okay.
Chef Masa has a green gage plum tart on his menu, has like a foie gras custard in the bottom. I think those guys are just a master of sweet and savory, like complete balance of whimsical, classic technique. They're always doing it right.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that tart on his Instagram. I actually tagged you in it, Joe. When as soon as I saw it, I was like,
Right.
man, we need to go find that
change
thing.
of plans.
Yeah, they love Andy's Orchard stuff, and unfortunately they're done for the season, but
Yeah, last chance on those green plums with a tart. Perfect pairing between, the super savory or rich foie and something tart and sweet with the plum.
of course, yeah, it goes
Sounds
well
delicious.
together. And sous chef Joe Bauer's doing some dishes that are bringing us into fall with lots of pears. He's from the South. He was like one of the only chefs excited to see okra on the truck this week.
Oh, cool.
But he's doing a hand pie with duck breast, foie gras, pears, Asian pear salad, pear butter.
That sounds delicious, too.
Yeah, so they're right in the middle of the season there on their menu. It's great.
It's time to go back.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up the Farmers Market Report for us this week. Coming up in just a second, we're going to be doing our San Diego Restaurant Week preview with Ashley Brophy. Stay tuned.